I absolutely love the fact that Melody and Martell was 1-to-1, a unit, a force to be reckoned with when it came down to defending their children. I read articles or seen online that maybe, unfortunately, we won't be able to see how everything, that situation with Miss Wanda and all that jazz played out on TV. Womp womp. But it's good to know that when it comes down to their children, they are together and one on that. So I'm also glad that Melody came back and let us know, like, they ain't getting back together. Is we are never, ever, ever getting back together on like some Taylor Swift type time. So I'm so glad Melody set the record straight on that. And she is very wise. Like, I really like how she put things into perspective as well. With this Instagram post where she said, I really think my face says it all. However, check out the article. It's very interesting to me how so many people encourage women to stay, truth, in emotionally draining and abusive situations. Then if/when they leave, they're actually encouraged to return. Truth. Let me be super clear. Years of behavior doesn't change overnight, in a few months, etc. It takes extensive therapy and years of self-work. Let's normalize choosing self, peace, higher vibrations, and better energy. Love y'all. I couldn't have said it better myself. There's so many things that she hit on that's very, very true. I don't understand where it became normalized, and especially in our culture, to accept pain, to just tough it out, to thug it out. I think it's a difference between willingly sitting and wallowing in pain and long suffering. I feel like as long as a person is honoring you and trying, being there for you, it's going to be some hard times. I get it. Is that for a richer or poor, for better or worse, times are going to come and life like that just happens. But if it's a constant thing where a person knows that they're hurting you and they don't care, it is time to go. That's kind of how I feel about Chloe and Tristan. I don't know what's going on with Chloe, but to me, it seems like Tristan done told her every single way, in every single language, and every single action that he does not want her like that. And Tristan needs to wake up. The only way Chloe is going to leave him is if he leaves her first. She is not I feel like he wants her to break up with him or leave him so he can move on and be and maybe double back when he wants to, versus him just leaving for good, because he may feel like he don't want to burn that bridge forever. But it's just it's so annoying with his passive aggressive behavior. And I'm pretty sure that Martell knew that he was hurting Melody. So I agree with her. That stuff does not happen overnight. For him to change, of course, like they said, you never miss your water until your well runs dry. So I'm pretty sure that Martell is feeling that withdrawal effect. I'm pretty sure he would want things to go back to normal. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have did what he did if he knew the results and the aftermath of everything. I'm pretty sure he would have told himself it's not that serious. And I think that is a main point in life too. Everything that we're going through, whether it's hard, whether it's challenging, it seems like it's the worst thing in the whole entire world. Him talking about his needs not being met, it probably felt like the worst thing in the entire world. And not to lessen what he was going through, but after a while, things were going to work themselves out. When you find a partner that's there for you, I'm pretty sure how Melody was, I feel like you don't throw in the towel so easily, especially because they have kids together. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm glad that Melody said what she said, because like I said, I don't know where that came from. I'm on the type of time where, I'm not going to let anybody abuse me. I want to be treated nicely, talked to nicely, and all of the above. I can accept one or two slips and falls because, sometimes you take out your anger on people that you close to, maybe once or twice, but it's not going to be a continual thing. If you had some trauma to work through, then okay, let's come together and let's get you a therapist. But you're not going to unload on me. You're not going to unload and take out the worst parts of yourself on me. Just because I'm close to you, because no, not I, said the cat. So that's what type of time we're on in this new generation. I'm so glad that we're understanding about mental health and things of the mind and the body, and just we're talking about these things and unpacking our wounds and stuff like that. Like, it's not as taboo as it was before. We're all trying to heal and deal. Heal before we deal so we don't spill our mess onto somebody else. And also, I understand it's a work in progress, like some days are going to be better than others. We still might regress. We still might snap. But at the end of the day, I'm glad Melody said what she said. And I feel like when she said, why do people want you to go back to the person? Exactly. Y'all acting like, or sometimes I feel like we act like it's as good as it gets. Like, when we do get somebody, that's the best that we can do. I heard this one guy on YouTube, Mindful Attraction. He was like, no, that's not the best you can do. That's the worst that you can do. You do much better than that. I'm going to find that clip and put it in here because I listen to that all the time.
Always trying to make sure that he stays happy, even though it's at your cost. Because you believe this is the best that you can do. This is not the best that you can do. This is the worst that you could do. You could do way better than that.
When I tried to think about all the good things about an ex or a situation in my past and thinking that was the best, no, it was not. God has something better, and God has something better for all of us, and especially, I don't want to say especially male, but like, because we're talking about her in a situation, I feel that way too, because it's just like, I realize that God did not create us to be like crying and sad. I feel like it's going to be sad times, but if it's a continual thing, I just feel like God be looking down like, come on now. I did not die on the cross for you to be acting like this or putting yourself through this drama and situation. Because a lot of times I feel like we blame God for stuff that we done put ourselves in. God didn't tell you to date that guy. He gave you a bunch of signs. Or in my case, a bunch of warnings, signs, and wonders that we turned and looked the other way and decided to do what we wanted to do anyway. I've been guilty of that. I know times where I actually prayed about a guy and then God sent me a sign and then it wind up ending. But because I know that happens, sometimes I'll be like, I may like somebody and I'm like, I should pray about this guy, but I don't want God to tell me an answer, or I don't want things to mess up. And then they wind up messing up anyway. So you can't not keep God and stuff. And, even in every situation. So, yes, that's all I have to say. At the end of the day, seek the Lord. Like they said, put God first and, consult him. Let, your actions and your move line up to what scripture say, and then you make the next step, or you go for it. Or, you have a peace after you done prayed about it. You spend time in your word, talk to a multitude of counselors. Once you did all that stuff, go on about your merry way. But, especially when it comes to like life-changing decisions, definitely don't lean to your own understanding. Definitely consult God from the beginning and not in the end. I feel like sometimes we do that too. Once everything done already happened, that's when we like, oh, let me pray. After you done did it your own way, you see, but thank God, he is faithful. He's there, as soon as you call him. So I thank God that God don't treat us how we treat him, because if that was the case, we would be in trouble. But thankfully, his faithfulness, his mercies are new every morning, and I'm about to partake in them. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. And I also hope that you guys check out this new merchandise that I have, featuring Melody. And you guys tell me what you guys think. Definitely support, and also let me know who else we should put on some merchandise from the show or an idea, and let's do this thing. Other than that, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent.